Hi, it's Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So the holidays are almost here, and of course you're thinking about that, but also in 2024, many of you are thinking about decluttering and organizing. Maybe that's at the top of your list again this year, but maybe this year you want to fully commit to making it happen. And what will that take to live that less cluttered life that you've been thinking about? So this is a thought about how to successfully declutter and organize in 2024. So number one, declutter first and then organize. And too often, decluttering and organizing are thought of to be one and the same, but they're not. So decluttering is getting rid of those things that you no longer want, need, or use. And organizing is storing what you do need and use and want to find when you need them. So whatever is decluttered that you are now going to be using is what you're going to organize. Number two is know why you want to declutter and get organized. So why does this matter to you so much? And you might experience it over the holidays where you just can't find things that you really want. And that frustration builds up over time. So when you know why you want to declutter and get organized, that will serve as a reminder to you and motivate you when you do get stuck or when you get stopped. And you may not be an empty nester or to be ready to be one just yet, but in a few years you might. So an example of why you might want to start decluttering is that it's going to be easier for when you move. And meanwhile, you could just enjoy a less cluttered life. So if you're retiring and you're downsizing to a smaller, more manageable home, you have to get rid of a lot of stuff because you don't want to overcrowd that smaller home. And if you're getting older and you don't want to leave it all to your kids to manage after you're gone, that's another good reason, another why to declutter and downsize. And then another one is this, you're just tired of living a cluttered life. You long for that home or that office to be clutter-free. So you can have that calm and that peace of mind and just be happy and know where everything is. So the third thing is to set yourself up for success. So prepare for that emotional and physical challenge, because it is that. And then set realistic weekly goals and know what your bandwidth is, your mental and also your physical bandwidth. And then know what decluttering methods work for you in the past and which ones did not, so that you can then use those that make the decluttering process just faster. And then commit to your decluttering project by taking consistent action weekly until you're finally complete. And then expect to succeed. So keep visualizing what you want your new life to look like without all of that stuff. And then also create a 90-day plan and strategy with weekly milestones. Decluttering and organizing or downsizing does take time. And depending on the size and the scope of your project, it could take a few weeks, months, or even a year or two. As far as you to visualize and succeed, when it's all broken down into smaller, manageable chunks. And by setting your sights on what you would like to accomplish in 90 days, you'll likely keep motivated, and that then you can continue on to the next phase. And when your goals are clear and specific and measurable weekly, you'll have a constant reminder of how far you've come. And make sure you're taking before and after pictures. And then another tip is to make it fun and make new memories. So create a team of family and friends that will help you each week and keep you moving forward while also holding you accountable. And when you do this, it's much easier, it's more fun. And then share your fun stories over a nice glass of wine or something. My personal favorite decluttering method is the burst method, working for about 50 minutes at a time and then taking a 10-minute break. It's amazing how much you can accomplish in that period of time. And when you're highly intentional and focused for those periods of time, you'll definitely see progress. And remember to share the goals with your team, because if they are part of your team, you want to measure those goals and review what worked and what did not work. And then last of all, remember that this is a journey, that you're human. And yes, you might want to declutter in this coming year, and you do have goals and timelines, but life does get in the way, and you'll definitely get off track sometimes, but don't quit. Remind yourself of how far you've come. Remind yourself of why you want to declutter and why it matters so much to you. And ask yourself, what will it feel like when you live that simpler, less cluttered life? And what will it feel like to be one of the 20% of people that succeeded decluttering in 2024? Let that be you.